Today we're talking about 7 mindset hacks to keep yourself feeling great. And we're going to run through these quickly, so make sure you catch the replay and be sure to follow me whatever platform you're on. Just follow Live Not Loathe. If you're on LinkedIn, follow me at Javon Wooden. Right, I'm dropping this every Tuesday. It's early, so you can catch the replay. I know some of you are driving to work, some of you are still in bed. Whatever the case may be, that's why we have replay. So let's get into the 7 mindset hacks to keep yourself feeling great. Number one is compliment yourself. I don't know if you know this, but it's National Compliment Day. So I had to throw this one in there as number one, right? So make sure you're speaking to yourself kindly. When you do something great, big yourself up. Say, yo, you're doing a good job. Make sure you're really your number one cheerleader. You have to be the same way you would be with yourself with your best friend, right? So, or vice versa. It's early, y'all. Excuse me. You have to be the way you would be with your best friend with yourself. So, big yourself up, compliment yourself, tell yourself you're doing a great job, even when things aren't going well. Instead of talking to yourself negatively, see how you can reframe it. All right. Number two, exercise your mind like you would your body, right? Educate yourself each day for at least 30 minutes. I'm not talking about jobs. I'm talking about something different. Learn something different that you're interested in, a new skill. It could be some interesting information, but don't inundate yourself. Make sure you're giving yourself a break from information as well. This is an extra. Take a break from tech. I know we're constantly looking at the screen. We're constantly taking in information. Take a break from some of that. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself be. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I appreciate that. Number three. Number three is look in the mirror and show yourself some love. A lot of my clients struggle with this when we do the life coaching aspect of my business. It's really hard to look at themselves and say, hey, I love you. I want you to try this one today. If you do any of the ones I'm telling you, do this one and see how you feel. See if it was challenging, see if it was easy, see if it made you feel better, right? See how it feels to tell yourself you love yourself. Do you really mean it? Are there some things you're like, I don't know, I regret this? Think about all of that. Process it. Really feel it. Oftentimes we run away from things, we run away from emotions, we run away from feelings, we get busy ourselves so we don't have to address it. And that impacts the love we have for self. Self love is not selfish. Remember that. Number four, spend time with yourself. I touched on it a bit earlier in point number two. Make sure you are spending time with you. Take a break from everyone, take a break from everything. Do something you love to do. Don't feel bad about it. Take a break, take your space. If you have a spot in your house that you love, make sure everyone knows that this is your spot. Maybe you have to plan the time if you have some kids, but everybody should know about this break. Set your boundaries. You can't expect people to be in your head. You can't expect people to know how you feel. So please share with everyone that this is your space time. Mark it on your calendar just as you would a meeting. It's important. So take your space, take your breaks, be with self, and don't feel bad about it. Number five is reframing negative thoughts and perspectives. Reframing means instead of saying, hey, I'm a failure, ask yourself, what's the learning moment in this? Look for how you can achieve your goal, how I can be better, how I can reach what I'm aspiring to be. You don't have to be perfect. There's no such thing. You know what the definition of perfection is? The definition of perfection is being the best version of you can be in that moment. So strive for that. Strive to be better. 1% better every day will get you exponentially better by the end of each year. So reframe those negative thoughts and perspectives. Tell yourself that there is a way. Don't look at the negative side, look at the positive. How can you work towards it? Number six, define what really matters. Now, this is an exercise in values. If you don't know your values, you need to do some work. If you don't know what really, really matters to you, and you're associating or taking on everyone else's, you're being assimilated to think the way that everyone else thinks, do some work. There's no other way to say it. You can DM me. I'll send you a few exercises. Right? If you haven't gotten a copy of Own Your Kingdom actually comes with a workbook that you can download and do the work yourself. You can go to oykbook.com and get that book. All right. So there's really no reason why we should still be going about life aimlessly and not knowing what matters to us. Okay. I know it's tough sometimes. I know a lot of times we go through things in our past and it's really hard to get over it. So we feel like we just don't know what matters anymore. We're kind of numb. Well, seek therapy. Don't feel bad about it. Go find help. Go seek help. The strongest thing you can do is be vulnerable. Share your story, talk to people, and then really take some time to do the work, do the introspection to find out what matters to you, truly, not what matters to everyone else. All right. And number 7, add and that's okay to the end of negative experiences, thoughts, and circumstances. For example, if you get laid off from your job, you can say, "Hey, I'm feeling really down right now," and that's okay. That gives you the license to process your emotions properly. We don't always have to be happy-go-lucky. There's a such thing as toxic positivity where you're not really addressing, it's a facade. If you keep doing that, you're going to eventually deal with those emotions at a time you don't want to deal with them. So process what's going on. If you have to journal, if you have to write what's happening, if you need to talk to someone, if you need to scream, do that. Let it out, process it. Because if you don't, it's going to be pent up in this. They come out at inopportune times when we don't want to, at people we don't want to. So make sure you're processing it. Give yourself time to see what's happening. This way, you can go ahead and see what opportunities are in front of you after you processed it, because you will have a clearer state of mind. You'll feel a lot better in whatever adversity we face. We're human, so we're going to face negative experiences. We're going to have down days. There's no way possible to be up all day, every day, no matter who you are. Okay. So just let yourself say, and that's okay, because it's okay to not be okay. And that is your 7 mindset hacks to keep you feeling great. Just to recap: 1, compliment yourself. It is National Compliment Day, so if you haven't done it before, do it today. Number 2, exercise your mind as you would your body. Number 3, look in the mirror and say, "I love you." Number 4, spend time with you and don't feel bad about it. Number 5, reframe your negative perspectives is define what really matters to you. And number 7, add and that's okay to the end of negative experiences, thoughts, and circumstances. If this helps you, go ahead and follow me at Javon Wooden on all platforms. And you can also look at Live, Not Loathe. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. And remember to design the life and business you don't need a vacation from.